these are the top mods for Rome Remastered. Now the number is 4 because I couldn't fit everything into the recording of this video, but we're gonna go with some serious bangers here, historical, fantasy, and any mods that I have not added will pretty much be involved in another video. So I can't wait to see what you guys think. Let's begin. And what do I say about Rome Total War Imperium Surrectum? Now it's a big name, I'll give you that. It's a mod that truly transformed Rome Total War into something else. It's like a new game built on top of it. It's a game that focuses on logistics, on armies, on buildings, on historical accuracy and historical authenticity. It makes you focus on building armies in the start game with a little bit more flair, with a little bit more, let's say, agile. But expensive armies are expensive armies. You've got to fight multiple factions. You've got to do diplomacy with multiple factions. You can't expand just like that. You have to expand in a very realistic, almost unscripted but scripted sense. So if you're playing as Macedon, you're playing as Rome, you've got to build farms, you've got to build mines, you've got to ensure that your people are happy, but you've also got to ensure that you pull off brilliant tactical victories. Any man you might lose will be a deterrence on your economy, and the population that you build, the population that you use, will be vital. And that is the main thing. You want a great army with a great economy, with a great backup. You want a system that works and having traits, and it has all of it. All of these features combine to make a massively great difference. They've just reworked the Greeks. They've made them in more line with Rome Remastered's graphics uplift. And if that's the Greeks, just imagine what they'll do with the other rosters. It's so damn awesome to think of what they're going to come up next. And bear in mind that this is a port from the original, and this mod really reminds me of how you have to fight strategically for every battle that you do, every manpower that you fight in. Every single casualty that you have has an effect on your economy. Whether you conquer a building, whether you conquer a city, whether you build a Roman settlement, there's laws, there's your generals to think of, and the fact is you have to fight very, very strategically. I had to fight against the Italian city-states, I had to fight as Macedon, trying to fight against some Thracians, and I also will repeat, they just remastered the entire Greek roster and it looks absolutely amazing. The Greek roster looks like something out of Rome too, and I think that's absolutely fantastic. And Red said over here does often live streams, he analyzes the mod, everything that is new about the mod and the way he updates it is just really fantastic. And right now I'm showcasing sort of cinematic siege, but even I am impressed by Rome Remastered. In fact, more people should give Rome Remastered a chance, because Rome Remastered just has the graphical fidelity, it doesn't crash that often. You try and install a mod that has this much graphical fidelity in Rome Total War, it might work, it might not work. You can see the amount of work that's been done on the Thracians and the Greeks, and just imagine what they can do with the Romans. And I'm telling you, this mod is massive. This mod is not a simple mod. This is a new game out of Rome Total War. It's a shame that, there's not that many people playing multiplayer, but I would love to participate in a multiplayer tournament of this size. And if you want to get more information about this quality mod, the best thing you can do is to download this mod on the Steam Workshop. And then second of all, go and join their Discord, because their Discord is going to be absolutely epic. You are going to love every single bit. The developers are very active. You can talk with them about history. They have so many harebrained schemes about what goes on in the building process. Now I know I'm showcasing battle footage, but that's the thing. I cannot cover this mod in its entirety. It's such a massive mod that you can either get lost in the battles. If there was one thing, I wish they could work on some actual unique custom cities for Rome, for Athens, for Syracuse, offer anything else, rather than have these generic vanilla cities. They've done a fantastic job. This is a mod I thoroughly Alright, let me be clear. This is the last Airbender mod for Rome Remastered. Now many people might say, okay, but why this mod? Why this fantasy mod as compared to the others? Well, really, it's a mod that is really faithful to the original show. It's a mod that really respects the lore. It is fantastic. You can fight all the classic characters, but bear in mind that you are not going to be fighting a sort of mini RPG game. You're going to be fighting a sort of a Avatar The Last Airbender, right? The setting of it, but just in a Total War context. And for that matter, this is one of the rare let's say, Asian mods out there. You know, it has fantastic music, it has fantastic custom city designs. You'll see City of Passing Say, you will see so much more. You'll see monuments from the actual show. You'll see units that actually look like they're from the cartoon. You will see a huge amount of work that has been put into this mod. I don't know if there's a scripted campaign. I might be wrong, but at least I'm a part of the DILE. And you can play as tough, except you will see your units firing in weird angles and stuff, but that's part of the essence of Total War. This shows what Total War modders are absolutely capable of doing. Time and time again, they have demonstrated that they can create something out of the extraordinary. And that out of the extraordinary is creating miracles like this. You can already see with Dawnless Age, you can see with other big mods. This is the reason why I always kept coming back to Total War. You can go to the city of Ba Sing Se. Now, of course, it's not a faithful one-to-one, let's say, recreation, because mods like this take a lot of work, and this was an old mod that was remastered and reported to this game. You know, I wasn't expecting like big graphical fidelity, but I'm surprised it still manages to be relevant even during this time period. I would have wished that the civilians looked different, because the civilians look like your normal, average Roman remastered ones. But just look at what this mod is capable of achieving. It is fantastic. You have Toph, you have Aang, you have the whole characters, and the whole cast. It's a bit of a shame I don't think there's a scripted campaign, but I might be wrong. But this lets you rewrite Avatar history, and I think it's just an absolute recommend. And I look at the city of Omar Shu. Oh my god, the way they made the city, it's such a tribute. It's like from the actual TV show itself. It is so freaking huge. And I think how, as a Fire Nation, I'm going to go and conquer it. This show brings me back memories of my childhood. I used to remember I'd go watching Avatar. My parents would take me to the leisure center, right? And what would happen was I would go, and I'd always miss an episode of Avatar. And I was like, no, I want to watch it. It was that good. We all became hooked on it. That's really what Avatar was. It was a kids' TV show, and it just made proper sense. It had a unique area of natures, of cultures. It had great, East Asian style music. It had a story. Of course, it was, save the world and all that nonsense, but it showed much more. And that's what I love about it. And actually, it's not a faithful recreation. You can see the Water Tribe city over there. But that is the Southern Water Tribe, by the way. This shows just how good it is in this mod. And of course, there's another fantasy mod that I couldn't add due to time constraints, but that's Lord of the Rings. But this mod shows what you're capable of achieving. And remember, Rome Total War is an old game. The fact that I am seeing Fire Nation soldiers exactly as they look from the TV show is just freaking amazing. You can see this epic battle where the Fire Nation and the Earth Kingdom are fighting each other. They're duking it out. It's a lot of action. It may not be for everybody, and that I fully recommend. and understand at the same time. When I say recommend, I mean I say in the sense that there is a lot of things going on here. This mod is just a classic. If you love fantasy, if you love Avatar: The Last Airbender, then this mod is what I would absolutely recommend to you guys. It's just freaking amazing. And of course, as Commander Zhao, you don't want to get stuck in the sewer as well. And finally, let's talk about Rise of Persia. I believe that this mod is severely underrated. I believe that we need more recognition. If you ever wanted to play the Rise of the Persian Empire, then this mod is for you. We've just recently had Total War Pharaoh come out with its Dynasties expansion that kinda does it, but it doesn't really expand to Elam or Persia that much. And this mod was made in God knows when, maybe 10-20 years ago, and it's been ported and remastered to Rome Total War. I think it's just absolutely great. I struggle to install this mod because this mod is really the collapse of the old Iron Age. I think I could be incorrect in saying that. And the thing about this mod is it just really feels awesome to play the Persian Empire. It feels massive. It feels like I have a great big army. Yes, I use a little bit of cheats just to showcase what the Persians are truly devastating capable of. This cavalry force you see here, they were going and attacking the Egyptians. I really loved conquering the Egyptian army. I loved building my empire. And Rise of Persia just doesn't give you Persia, it gives you India, which I think they could still add in Pharaoh. It gives you so many factions, it gives you the Greeks. Basically, we're going to be emerging into the last stages of, the emergence of the classical age at some point. But there's a reason you don't underestimate the Persian army. And the Persians look so cool. They even have the yellow immortals. They have the grey shield, silver-bearded, awesome-looking men. The Sparrow Bar, they have everything that you could imagine. I think that I didn't get to face like the full rosters, but I literally stampeded around the entire Middle East. I began my campaign of conquest. I built loads of armies. I conquered. But I didn't conquer responsibly. I conquered, rapidly. Just get a bit of cheats and do it. But I had an epic campaign. It was only, of course, my unfaithful subjects who I bribed kept on rebelling against me. And that was one of the things I loved about Rome Total War. Just go in, get a bit of cheats, and then go and expand. Now I know most people disapprove of it, but you should be free to like whatever Total War game you like. And if they ever did a Rise of Persia, that's Rise of Cyrus the Great, in a Pharaoh setting, I think this could be absolutely wonderful content, wonderful campaigns. If you're listening to Creative Assembly, I really like something like that. I think they could do some brilliant work. Of course, the mod is a bit simplified. I don't feel that it has that many mechanics. It's more or less the standard Rome Total War, but just with more units. And as you can see, I was conquering Egypt. I was having a great time. Going around Egypt, sacking, looting. No, I was not going to do canvases to go to the Oracle of Amun-Ra or Kush and lose my army like that. Because, really, who would? Who wants to do that? That's just stupid. But at the same time, I've got Greeks, angry Greeks to fight against me. It is difficult. This mod is not easy. You have to fight so many armies. You have to go and attack Babylon. It sucks that there's no actual custom cities of Babylon or anything else, so you're fighting vanilla Rome cities. And you can capture the Great Wonders. I think they do an absolutely wonderful job in showcasing it. It's just freaking amazing. And I wish that the Bronze Age mod would come back to Rome Remastered. I think they can do some brilliant work here already. If they do a Bronze Age setting and redo it here, it's great, it's fantastic. Why not do it? Because as Persians, I'm having so much fun. I'm having fun attacking, I'm having fun destroying, I'm having fun rebuilding the glory of Mazda to the glory of the world. And that's the thing. Rome Remastered is brilliant at depicting these type of scenarios. And I wish mods like this could just make a comeback. We do have a size to mod grade for Rome 2, but we don't have anything like this. It's so big. I don't know, to be honest. I really don't know. I'll just say that this is just freaking fantastic. I absolutely enjoyed my time. And if you want to go ahead and pick it up now. It's fantastic. And finally, 77 BCE. That is a fantastic mod that puts you into the heart of the Roman Civil War. Now, my history is not that accurate, but what I will say is that we have an ambitious Roman general that's allied with the Hispanic tribes so he can go and take Rome, while we have a Roman consul, that is Pompeius, who is ready to stop this upstart pretender to the throne. Well, not to the throne, but to the entire Republic. The Republic of Rome must be protected at all costs, and you will engage in some of the most epic battles. Now, this mod was remastered from the old Rome Total War mod. I've always seen it, but I never tried it, but it's fantastic. You can fight as legions. The battles are where it really shines. You can talk about Rise of Persia. You can talk about Imperium Surrectum. You can talk about this mod. The battles bring a story, and as Pompeius, I had to go and fight against most of these rebel legions. As the Romans, I had to go and fight the Parthians, and the Parthians are a powerful force. This is a huge mod with a huge amount of unit rosters, and plus, whenever you're trying to, let's say, recruit legions or do anything, Rome has been in an upheaval, more or less. And you can't build everything. You need to keep the people happy. You need to only recruit legions from, let's say, Italy. You can't just go and build and expand as before. You are beset with difficulties and challenges. At the same time, you're playing a scripted campaign, which I feel that most Total War mods have completely ignored, or they just don't do it anymore. Because doing scripted events takes a lot of time to mod itself. But this is the reason I'm saying Rome Total War 77 BCE is just absolutely fantastic for this type of setting. And I'm thinking, why the heck did Rome 2 not go into more of this? Of course, the units have not been remastered, but I've fought some epic battles. I love the numbers. I love the historical formations. I think they've done a really, really, really fantastic job. You will just enjoy every single moment of it, and don't lose your general. If you're fighting as Rome, do not lose your general. I think 77 BC is fantastic. If you want to check Godea Total War, he made a full review of it. I think you will absolutely enjoy it. This is fantastic. So look, at the end, all I'll say is these are great mods for Rome Remastered. Some that I missed has been Lord of the Rings, let's say Barbarian Empires, or King Arthur Total War. Unfortunately, I had to miss that. That is still a fantastic mod that I will add in the next top 5 mods to play for Rome Remastered in 2024. And these top 4 mods are just absolutely brilliant. You know, by the time I try to add all the mods of Rome Remastered, it's going to be a 30-minute video and you're not going to watch it at the end. So try to maintain the limit. I'll try to give you the best of the best. So yeah, don't forget to leave a like, share, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Stay tuned for more Rome Remastered content.